guess I should be asleep because I've got an early morning nurse's appointment. Why does that sound not right? I was meant to have it 2 weeks ago. I think I did a video clip where I said literally I'd been to my doctor's and she booked me in for this appointment with the nurse the next day, but I don't think I ever filmed to say why I didn't go the next day. So I got up the next day on about 3 hours sleep and I was a mess. Like, I was so tired. And I used to be able to cope with 3 hours sleep a night. I don't know what's going on with me at the moment, but I'm going to speak to my doctor about how I'm struggling getting up because I've never had this problem. Anyway, I got up and I was getting ready and I was downstairs ironing what I was going to wear that day, and it was about 8:10 and my phone started ringing. I'm like, I never have the volume on my phone, so I don't know why I had the volume on. I was really surprised, and I'm sorry about the bad angle, but I just can't. I'm too tired to hold the phone up. So the phone rings and it said the name of my doctor's surgery, because I programmed it in, because they ring from a certain number. So the number your phone, I've got in my phone under doctors, I think, and then the number they phone you on is a totally different one. So I've got the name of my surgery on the one, incoming one, if that makes sense. So it starts ringing and I'm thinking, like, why are they ringing me? Like, have they messed up the time or what? And then it was one of the receptionists and she's like, oh, I'm sorry to do this, but the nurse has rung in sick this morning, so we're going to have to cancel your appointment. And there was a part of me that was really, like, not happy because, well, I never said this on the phone because obviously I'm not going to say it, but because I didn't want this appointment to begin with, but my doctor booked me in, and she booked me in for some things that were fine, but there was something she booked me in for that she knew that I didn't want, and she's been asking me to have this thing done, this test done, for a while, and I'm like, no, I'm not having it done. And I was sat with her and she was like, oh, I've booked you in for such and such, and I just looked at her like, and she went out. I was really sneaky there and laughed, and I just gave her a look because she knows I've said no to her a lot over this thing, and I've said no to like everyone who's asked me to have this thing done. I'm like, no, I don't want it done, and she just booked it in, and she's like, I was sneaky with that. And I probably just looked at her like this, like, I probably, let me think of what look I gave her. I probably was like, and yeah, so I weren't impressed. So I thought, I'm just going to have this done along with the other things that she wanted me to have done, because I don't want to annoy her. So I was just like, so I got up and I was absolutely exhausted. Like, I honestly struggled to get out of bed, and I was on a go slow, and I had to leave like 15 minutes later, and I'd not had a shower, done my makeup, so I was like, it would have been a rush. And I booked it for the following Wednesday, which was last Wednesday, because she said, do you want me to book you in again? And I was like, yeah. But then, because of how I'm feeling, because my anxiety is through the roof at the moment, I had decided, not the weekend just gone, but the weekend leading up to last week, when I was meant to go for the second time after it was cancelled the week before, I knew I couldn't go in and I've done what my doctor booked me in for. I was like, I don't want to be like messed around with, I don't want any tests, I don't want anything. So I called in and cancelled it. Well, I moved it to tomorrow basically, and picked up a couple of prescriptions which I asked my doctor for. So it's tomorrow and I can't postpone it. Well, it's too late to postpone it now because it's first thing in the morning. Well, it's not the first one, but it's quite early. And also because my doctor's back next week, and if I postponed it till next Wednesday, the results won't be back for Thursday when I see my doctor. Because when I originally was meant to have it, she went, oh, it's okay, I'm in on Friday, the test results take 2 days, so I'll sort it when I'm in. AKA she'll ring me and tell me what the results are. So when I knew, because she didn't work on the Wednesday that I was originally meant to go, so she didn't know that the nurse was sick. So I left her a letter, a note, I think I've mentioned it in another clip, basically saying what had happened, and I said, can you please make sure no one gives me the test results? I want you to give them me when I see you. And I told her what date I'd got the appointment for, because she'd wanted to see me earlier in the week, but there were no double appointments left because she'd taken 2 weeks off, so a lot of her appointments were gone and there was just the odd single one. So I've had to wait until towards the end of the week to see her, but it can't be helped. So I just explained in the letter when I'm seeing her, and I asked for a couple of prescriptions, and I said, can you please make sure that no one rings me with any test results? I want you to give them me when I see you. So because she did everything else I asked her to do, I presume she's put some kind of note on my thing so I don't get told any results when they get them back in, because they'll get them back in on Friday and I'm not seeing her till the following Thursday. There's a good chance she'll ring me Monday, but I did say to her I just want to wait, because nothing's going to change between Monday and Thursday, like, so hopefully she'll just tell me on Thursday when I see her. But I am really struggling, and I actually, if she was not on holiday, I would probably have gone to see her this week if I could get an appointment, because I'm really struggling with how I'm feeling, and there's a lot of stuff going on, and in my head, and my anxiety has been through the roof for the last week and this week. I'm really struggling with that and other things, and I need to see my doctor, and I know she's back next week, and I know, you know, it's Wednesday now. God. So in my head I'm seeing her in a week's time. Technically it's a week tomorrow, but it just feels like I've not seen her for ages. Like, this week has been a bit of a weird week for me, and I think it's because I'm struggling to wake up. So I feel like it's been more than 2 weeks since I've last seen her. Even though it's 2 weeks, it's only 2 weeks. And by the time I see it, it'll be 2 weeks and 2 days. But I just feel like I need to see her. I need to talk to someone about how I'm feeling, and she's not available, and I don't want to go and see any other doctors. And it's not because I don't think I could talk to them the way I can talk to her. And I remember when I saw the male one once, he asked me a question about why I'm refusing the operation, and I started to tell him the main reason was because of Melissa Chadwick from the police and what she'd done to me. And he went, yeah, you should go see doctor, and to my doctor's name about that and tell her. And I was like, she knows. He's like, you need to go and speak to her, because obviously when you see a doctor all the time, you build up a relationship with them, and they get to know you and get to know things about your life. Well, years ago he was my main doctor, and I used to see him all the time, but it was really difficult to get appointments with him. It was back in the days when I wouldn't tell anyone anything, and because he's shocked about, like, that I've got more confidence and stuff, because when I used to go and see him, I used to sit there and really struggle with everything, and he used to have to question me because I couldn't talk about things. And then it got hard to get appointments with him, so I then started to see another doctor. I nearly said his name then, but he's unfortunately died, and that's why I started to see who I see now, because I avoided her for years because I had an opinion in my head of her, and she's nothing like the opinion that I had. I didn't think she was horrible or anything like this, I just had this opinion in my head. So sometimes, like, people will say things or do things, and you'll build up an opinion of them, and they're absolutely nothing like that. Like, people build up opinions of me because no one gets the whole of me. Like, everyone gets like a small part of my personality. No one gets to see the whole of me, and that's me just defending or trying to protect who I am, so they only get a little bit of me, and that's how I've always been. So I had an opinion of my doctor, and she's nothing like I thought she was. I mean, she's like the most glamorous doctor ever. She's always well dressed, and she's very, very good looking, and she's very petite and slim. And I built up an impression of her based on how she looks, basically. And yeah, and the more that I get to know her, or the more that I see her, the more I see bits of her personality and see what she's like, and she's quite feisty, and you wouldn't think that. She's really, really nice, and yeah, she knows me really well. I'm me with her. Like, she sees more of my personality than anyone's ever seen of me. Like, I just got so sick of only showing one part of me, or a small part of my personality, and because I was struggling with how I was feeling, I just had to let go and be the whole of me. And she sees things in me that other people don't see, because I've let my guard down with her. So she sees the whole of me. So she gets me. She knows where I'm coming from. She knows. She just knows, and she doesn't talk down to me. She doesn't treat me like a child like a lot of people do. And she says the nicest things about me, and she encourages me. She gives me advice, and I listen to her advice now. I remember she gave me a piece of advice early last year, and I ignored her. And I thought, what does she know? Because she didn't know the situation. And she was right in what she said to me that day. But I remember thinking, she doesn't know, she doesn't have a clue what's going on, she doesn't know how I feel. Because I weren't telling her anything a year ago, and I still don't tell her much. I just mainly talk about how the police have made me feel, because the main reason I want to die, Melissa Chadwick made my life an absolute misery. She hounded me, she bullied me, she mentally abused me, she did some pretty horrific things to me. And for a long time I just wanted to know why. I wanted a conversation with her, I wanted to ask her why she did it. And then a few people said it's because she's not a very nice person, because a nice person wouldn't go out the way to destroy someone the way she went out her way to destroy me. And I'm kind of over wanting to ask her. I feel like everyone has the right to defend themselves or say why they've done what they've done, but you know, people who have got a lot of more life experience than me and of a similar age to her have told me why they feel she did it, and I just feel like they're right. And I don't want to know. Like, if I was given the opportunity to ask her, I would ask her, but I don't particularly want to speak to such a nasty person who happily made my life a misery, made me want to die, and still makes me want to die. I spent most of my night in my bedroom because I can't cope with the Tina storyline on EastEnders. It's kind of making me feel worse, because it reminds me of stuff that's happened to me, and it's just so soul destroying to watch it, and to know that he obviously did it and he's tormenting her. I've been in the situation that she's been in, and I've been made to feel the way that he's making her feel, and it's so hard to watch him do what he's doing, and I can see where it's going to lead, because I've been in that situation, and it's done to me what it's going to do to her, and me watching it is bringing back a lot of horrible memories for me. I'm really struggling with the whole EastEnders thing, and I don't watch much TV. I watch EastEnders, I watch Neighbours, and I watch Casualty, and that's the main things I watch. I can't concentrate on anything. I like EastEnders because some of it is just so far-fetched. It's kind of amusing in a way, but that storyline, I'm finding it more and more difficult to watch. It's having quite a bad effect on me. Like, EastEnders finished, and then I spent the next 3.5 hours in my bedroom. So then I'm going downstairs and I've got stuff I need to do, but I'm not going to be able to do it. It's like 2 in the morning. I've got to get up in 6 hours time. I'm probably going to be awake for the next couple of hours. I'm struggling to get up in the morning at the moment. I don't know what's going on with me. I need to see my doctor who's away. But EastEnders is really, really causing me a lot of problems. I'm just, oh, hey beautiful. You see her? We all like sitting on the stairs. Everyone who lives in this house likes sitting on the stairs. I've always sat on the stairs when I've been feeling down and stuff. I've always sat on the top stairs. But since moving here, there's 4 places to sit. There's what I'm stood on now. It's a massive step. There's the one that she's on. She normally is on the one I'm stood on. There's one on my stairs there, and then one above, which she normally lies on as well. So she must have been waiting for me. It's Wednesday the 18th or 19th of July, I don't know what the date is. And I filmed on my camera earlier, but I'm having problems editing because the sound won't work on the editor, so I don't know if I'll ever get to edit those together, so I'm still going to film bits and pieces on here. Hello. Hi, gorgeous. I got up at 8:30 this morning. I kept waking up last night. Didn't get to sleep till about 3:10. Kept waking up. I'm tired. Went out early, got in earlier than normal. Just been in my room, sat there. I'm really struggling with how I'm feeling, and I'm trying to not struggle, and I've had a lot of caffeine and I've got quite a few things to do, so I'm just going to try and get on with them and try and distract myself as much as possible. I didn't film on here about what happened to my headphones, but I have an adapter because the headphones that I'm using are the older iPhone where it's just a normal jack. And I had the adapter and then it got stolen yesterday, but if I manage to get that video you'll know why. But yesterday around 6 or 7 o'clock I ordered a new one from Apple. Came today, work due till tomorrow, so I'm happy because now I can listen to music whilst I do stuff. Hello gorgeous girlies. Hello sweetheart. You want to be on camera? Oh, look at her little face, so beautiful. You lie down? Hey gorgeousness. Hello. Yeah, beautiful. We like the steps, don't we, in this house? Hey? Yes we do. Yes we do. You looking at yourself? She's like, who's that gorgeous little doggy there? That's Cleo. Cleopatra. Yeah. If you have anything that you want to get rid of and you don't have a shredder and you don't want to rip it up into tiny bits, my dad taught me this down the toilet. So I'm about to eat all these cherries because I can and because I want to, and oh my god, I love cherries. Can't remember the last time I had any cherries, so I think these were only $1.65. So I'm really struggling with my anxiety tonight. When do you class it at night time? Like, what time does night time start? Because it's 9:15 here. I've not had my evening meal of baked potato. You might already know about my baked potato escapade, if it's called an escapade, but a week's worth. I'm on day 3. It's baked beans today. I'm actually really hungry, and because I had like a bit of a mini anxiety attack, I didn't get the baked potato in the oven when I'd planned. It's only been in about 20 minutes-ish, and I already started cooking it in the microwave because I've been doing that just to save some time. But I wanted to have it a good like half an hour, so I've got like 10 minutes to go. But I'm really hungry. Like really hungry. But in case the video about my hair's not gone up, this is all the hair I've got left. The video explains it, so if it's not already up, which I think it should probably be up, but I don't know. The video explains it anyway. It's a really bad video. It's like filmed in the worst lighting, and you could see like all my makeup smudged and stuff. But I filmed it to document my hair because that's all I've got left. Like start of the year, it was like. So yeah, I'm feeling down about that as well. Even though I like how it looks, it's not me. So I'm gonna have my tea soon. I'm so hungry, and I've got Sunday videos scheduled to like the middle of October, believe it or not. I've got Tuesday videos scheduled for a while as well, and then my hair one will go up on a Tuesday when I've put it together. I might stick it together tonight and upload it overnight. And I've got the doctors tomorrow, and I'm like, really need to see my doctor. But I know what'll happen. I'll forget half of it, I'll get stressed out, I'll get worked up and tell her next to nothing, and then who knows when I'm going to see her next. It's just so frustrating because I've not seen her for 3 weeks, but she's been away, so I couldn't see her, and I really needed to see her last week, and I kept thinking, it's only next week, it's only next week, it's 5 days, it's 4 days, like, and then I thought I was going to ring Monday, and I didn't want to because she's obviously just come back off a holiday. She's got a lot of stuff that she's going to have to catch up on, and there'll be loads of other people who wanted to see her or speak to her. So I've put it off, and I was okay earlier today, but when I came home, like half an hour later, it was just something that just put me on edge, and then I kind of sorted myself out a little bit, and then I've been on edge again for about an hour. So for reference, anyone knocking on my door, whether you tap on the door or bang on the door, it won't get answered, no matter who you are, just saying. And if you persistently bang on the door, I'll just take a massive overdose, because we know who I'm talking about. The people that have made me want to die, the people who lied about me, abused me and pushed me into situations that they shouldn't have pushed me into. They're the reason I feel the way I do. They're the reason I want to end my life. I'm not going to hide it. They have a vendetta against me. It's plainly obvious. They've never tried to help me. They've just pushed me into things that I weren't well enough to do, and they made the decision for me. Like, I don't make my own decisions because I can't make my own decisions. I'm really bad at it. So everyone else tells me what to do, and they did, and they just made my life a living hell, and they still do. So if I drop dead, I'd also drop dead. But yeah, hate what they've done to me, but just goes to show they can do what they want to anyone they want. Anyway, I'm gonna go put my beans on, but I just feel too anxious to eat, but I'm starving. I'll be interested to see if I last the full week of having baked potato as my main meal every day. We shall see.